think we're good. I think. We're in Arkansas. We are somewhere in Arkansas. We are at a Love's truck stop. Got here yesterday. Came through some pretty good weather. And then we came up here, but it's been as humid as bollocks, so where are we? We're at Lake Village, Arkansas. Lake Village, Arkansas. All right. Let's go to work, shall we? We're going to go to Russellville, Arkansas, to the Flying J, so we'll record up to there. If I'll do any more after that, I don't know, we'll see. We got lead ingots on, so we're pretty heavy. I don't think I have to shout anymore, because I think it works just fine without shouting. straight out. Went round to New Orleans to pick my load of lead up, and it just, rain was insane. And we did well, got got down, we got loaded, we came out of it, we got back up here in Arkansas, and I think we got up into Mississippi on Highway 61, and it started backing out towards Leland. And then we got up here, and then it's just been super huge. It's like 100 degrees humidity. It's too. I couldn't switch the engine off. I would never have got any sleep. You just be beating your head against the brick wall trying to get any sleep. So we'll see how we do today on recording. We got loaded, we came up there, we're going up to St. Joe, Missouri. We deliver there tomorrow, and I got to find something else to run with over the weekend. I found a few loads, I've just got to see if I can get a hold of them before they fall on me, so we'll see. Get to stop at Clarksville today, drop off all that equipment I had in blue, so I get to return that stuff back to CRL, and that's the end of that journey. And then we move on to something else. So I'm looking to go and work with a flatbed company out of Nebraska. I don't dislike it here, but I can't make enough money to cover everything that needs to be covered, which is basically I can just about cover my bills and a little bit of money left behind, but not a lot. But I can't cover the cost of maintenance on this vehicle. Well, that's pretty pointless. If I can't cover the maintenance on this vehicle, if I have anything go wrong, I can't fix it. So basically I'll be working for free, you know. It's like, well, the man himself will fix the vehicle for you, and you've got to give him $1,000 up front, and then you pay him back weekly. I don't want to do that, you know. The truck was already broke down in respects when I took it on, but I knew that. But I got got a little bit fogged in my decision because I just needed to go back to work and needed to make some income because I've been off the road for too long. So when you're off the road for a month, close to 5 weeks really before you start seeing a paycheck, and that 5 weeks of no income, a lot of people will understand this, that are going through this and have been through this and will go through this, is you're basically bashing your head against the brick wall, just trying to get yourself to understand what you need to do. So I sort of grabbed this job a little fast, and I've been looking at other jobs, but the other jobs that I've been looking at were just, it's a difficult market to get into. You've got to be, there's nothing wrong with the companies are finding themselves. It's what their expectations and what they want to take from you and how much you're giving away compared to how much you're going to make. So I was pretty spoiled with Blue in CRL because I didn't really have much of an outgoing. It was very minimal. The only outgoings I had was sort of my fuel, my insurance, and that was pretty much it. There really wasn't anything else. It was just fuel and insurance, and maintenance, obviously. But you know, maintenance is an expensive part of your routine, because if you've got a brand new truck under warranty, it's not so bad, I get it, but even then you've got to hope that the truck doesn't have any major issues or anything that's on back order, you know, or recall, and then it's on back order, and then you can't get your truck back because it won't run. So I tried to stay away from all the new equipment because I know that it has its problems, so it's not fun. So there's a lot of things that I have to look at, and of course going back into something now that I'll get a newer truck, like the company at the moment that I'm talking to about going on with them, it's what's that over there? Did he crash? Holy crap. Holy crap. That's insane. Holy smokes. That only just... no one's in there. Like, I'd call it in, but I'm sure it's already been called in. I've called them in before and they're like, yeah, we're aware of it. I always like that when people are like, you should have stopped and checked on that person. It's like, yeah, okay. I understand if it happened in front of you, I totally would. Absolutely. I got no problem with that. I'm not going to stop on something that looks like it happened a while back. What's entailed, you can understand why they pay you what they pay you. So, you know, it's not massive, but it's the consistency of work. So if you get the miles and the work's there, then you'll make money. You won't be rich, but you'll do okay. They supply the headache rack, they supply, you know, they've already got the trucks that you can lease from them. And lease is never a great idea, it always sucks to lease. But I'm a person that's glutton for punishment, and I like to prove to myself that I can do something, so I work hard at it, and I know I can survive and eventually work on paying the truck off and start all over again, you know. But it's a 2020 vehicle. Peterbilt actually, it's a 567, which is sort of like a long hood, but it's not like a 389 or a 379. So many cab overs. So it's pulling. You're basically pulling to construction sites, and then bringing raw materials or the odd occasional outside load back, but most of it's their own dedicated work. So they supply the truck, which they buy at a pretty decent price and then sell back to you for an even better price, which is how it works. It is what it is. I mean, everybody's out to make more money than they really need to make, but I can't blame them. It's business, you know. If you don't like it, don't go work for them. It's works out about, obviously they got to make profit, and you've got to make profit. So they got the system work where obviously they're making money because they've got to make money because they've got to pay their bills. I mean, if you see the operation of what they are and everybody that works for them and everybody that needs to be paid, then they've also got to make money on top of that to stay in business. So, you know, everything turns itself around to the fact that it's sort of like a win-win situation for both parties if you want to work at it. So if you want to work at it and you go there, you can be very profitable in your business and you can make some good money, and so can they. If you don't want to work, you won't make no money, and you'll tell everybody it's their fault, not yours, and it's always going to be your fault if you don't want to make money. You've got to work at it. Nothing's for free in this world, you know. I wish it was, but it's not. It's like what I'm doing at the moment. I have to consistently search for loads days ahead of my schedule. Then I've got to plan that load and hope it'll fall into place for me to be able to do that load, because the load that I'm trying to pick up, when it delivers for my next one, the unloading goes well enough for the reload. And if it doesn't, then I've shot myself in the foot. So yesterday when I delivered to Lakem, I had a 10 o'clock appointment and I had to pick up by 3 o'clock out of New Orleans, which was only like, you know, not even an hour away, admittedly, but I still had to be there by 3, hoping that Lakem wasn't going to hold me up. Well, they didn't. So I got out, I got down to my pickup by midday, and I was lucky enough to get unloaded, get reloaded, and out of there way ahead of schedule. Got out of the rain and made it up there to whatever I said the place of that place was, because I can't remember, because that's Mark. So at the moment I've lost a few good loads because I'm going up here to St. Joseph, Missouri, and the loads I've looked at, I've missed them. I haven't been able to catch them because I can't officially book them myself. So I probably can. I could probably just book the load and tell them I booked it, but I officially can't do that because I'm not 100% owner of the company. So I have to go through my dispatcher, and she's a good kid, you know what I mean? She does well. Oh, lovely. Oh, don't worry about it, mate. It's 5 seconds of your life, son. You didn't lose anything, and you're still going to pass it. Don't have to worry about what he did to you. Be a bit of courtesy for the person that's around you. I'm sure you make mistakes as well. Don't worry about it. Go on, son, you can do it. Go on, it's still red, but you can do it. Go on, keep moving forward. Go a little further. Go on, son. Go on, son. Go on, it's a green hour. Go on, son, mash that pedal. Go on, son. The one beside it will turn left. So yeah, Lindsay's a good lass, right? She does well. I have no problem with Lindsay, but the problem is I'm trying to find loads. And Lindsay's got 101 million things to deal with, and of course I'm losing good loads because if I do send them to her, oh, that boy's coming up fast. This one right here. He's got no apprehension of that traffic light whatsoever. He was at the truck stop with me. He didn't even do a pre-trip. He just got in his truck and left her. I know that because I pulled out. He was just getting up out of bed. So how did he catch me up that fast? There you go. Don't worry about his business, Mark. Oh, I ain't. I'm just saying he didn't do a pre-trip. There's no way. I just spent 17 minutes looking at my truck over, making sure everything's still where it should be. And that old boy had just got out of bed as I was leaving, and he caught me up. That's not a pre-trip. That there, my friends, is why you get into trouble when you get stopped and they say you got this wrong with your vehicle, and you go, I didn't know. Well, of course you did. Oh, it's not going to hold that, is she? No, she don't like that. Let's go back down one. There you go. She don't like them low revs, man. She can't handle them low revs. So yeah, so you know, I've been doing pretty good at finding the loads, but I lose too much of my income. You know, the man's welcome to make what he wants to make. It's his business. It's his contract. It's his way he does it. But needs them because the bushings are worn out. Tyres, probably needs kingpins or bushings on the front. It might not actually, they're pretty tight. It might just be the tyres. And that's, as I said, I don't dislike the man. I can't make enough income like I was with Tyson in Blue on CRL. I can't make the same income, and I'm finding my own loads and I'm booking my own loads, and I'm very good at that. I am actually. I think I'm proud of I'm proud of myself, man, for being able to book loads and keep the truck running and put enough to it. But if it was me, just me by myself, running the business, I'd be alright because I'd be making some serious income, but I'm losing too much money. So when you're basically giving the same amount of money to the person that you're working for as what you're taking in the bank, you know what I mean, and you've got there's no recourse for your maintenance and that, I can't carry on. I can't survive. There's nothing against him, I just can't make it. I won't make it as a business. I will fail. And you know, in Blue, I didn't fail with Blue. It was just a matter of that I did not have up towards $50,000 plus to do a complete engine transformation, either a rebuild or a swap. I didn't have that income.